Right, okay, time for another deathmatch, XL version. This time, you can probably tell from the map tile I got out, which is Cinder, due to the swelteringly hot temperatures here in the UK today. I thought we'd give Beh'lial another go. So, Lord of Cinder, Beh'lial, Last of the Shadow Kings. I think the first of the XXL enemies they did. There we go, Beh'lial. There we go, let's put him down. There's opponent number one. And then I thought, let's not have any of all that summoning and stuff that we have. So let's just go something a little more vanilla. And so, one of the more recent ones is this one, the Sand Kraken. Not at all Mojave Rattler / Tremors. So yeah, let's have these two have a go at each other. Just a quick comparison of what we got. Here's Beh'lial. Snap block, there you go. Endurance 4, so obviously can't take more than 4 per hit with a defense of 4. 45 hits, which isn't, 55 hits, which is actually the same as the Kraken. There you go, Kraken stat block. Kraken also has 55 and a defense of 4, but only endurance 3, so slightly more resistant to damage on the Sand Kraken side there. However, Beh'lial has 8 attacks on 4 or more, doing 6 damage each, compared to the Sand Kraken, which has 6 attacks of the very special, over here, you can see, token varieties. Also hits on 3s rather than 4s. What else we got to compare between the two of them? Beh'lial has the whole shadow magic stuff. So there we go, shadow magic. That will be coming out at the start of every turn. Now they did say none of that summoning nonsense. Beh'lial occasionally will pull someone out of the ultimate skills of World's ability to drop a threat into the fight. Sand Kraken will have to deal with that. Both of them have reduced vulnerability to crits. They still get 2 defense, but neither of them do crits, so I don't think that particularly matters too much. And they both have that like an odd ability to circumvent their own defense. So in Beh'lial's circumstance is if you roll a 6, so was it what was the Key of Darkness, whatever it is, Key of Defiance, sorry. Yeah, if you roll a critical hit, so we're saying a 6, you can target the key instead. You roll again. If you hit the key, which does 2d6 damage, ignoring etc. etc. The Sand Kraken has something similar, and then its eyes are weak spots. If you're standing at the side of it, you can attack the eyes, which again ignore defense if it goes through. We'll see if that happens. We'll see if either of those kick off. And Beh'lial finally on 6s will drop burning onto the Sand Kraken. Sand Kraken, again, most of its stuff is this ability to have these tokens, but also it does a sweeping arc attack in front of it, so anything that Beh'lial does summon out may get caught with that. I think that's about it. So, which one of these do I think is going to win? I am going to go with Beh'lial. Let's stick with the OG. Going to go with Beh'lial on this one. But let's see what happens. So, first of all, Sand Kraken gets to roll its peril dice and see what initiative it is. Its initiative is also a 6 compared to Beh'lial, so odds Beh'lial evens the Sand Kraken. Beh'lial goes first. First thing it does is has a shadow magic. Today's shadow magic is Sword of Hellfire. Crackling with burning embers, a massive sword made from fire erupts from the spellcaster's hand. The spellcaster immediately makes a free attack against every hero within 2 spaces. None. Okay, these hits do blah 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 blah. Yeah, he swings a sword. There's no one there to swing. Shame about that. Never mind. So we then go to the rest of Beh'lial's turn. It doesn't do anything else at the start of turn, so he will just move to engage the Sand Kraken, who's once again taking up up too much space with the amount of bits it has. But anyway, there we go. Those three there are Beh'lial. Those sort of 2x3 of the Sand Kraken. Anyway, 8 attacks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hitting on 4 more, doing 6 damage each. 1, 2, 2. They will then therefore do 2 damage to the Kraken. None of them set it on fire. Oh no, at the start of each turn I should have done Scourge of Worlds. Let's do Scourge of Worlds. What was that? That was 1. Add an ambushing threat to the fight. Oh, this could have changed things. I don't think it'll change things too much because it'll probably, whatever it is, go after the sand. Well, might not. Ambush, I suppose. So, yeah, Beh'lial has called in some allies. What does Beh'lial call in? Beh'lial calls in. Oh, good grief. It's the same one as last time. Right, I mean, in the interest of transparency, I'm going to shuffle that again. I can't believe I did that. Let's see if we get a different one. It's no fun having the same one again and again and again. If I draw it again, I'll stick with it, but that was just silly. Can't keep having flesh stalkers. Right, fan them out. Choose one in the middle. There we go, this one. Oh, okay, it is Tradaran Raiders. So we're assuming 1 here. That is D3 plus 1 Tradaran Raiders. So 4 Tradaran Raiders. Bear with me 1 moment, let's get them out of the case. 4 Tradaran Raiders set up to ambush. There we go. Need to get their sheets. Okay, Tradaran Raiders. Initiative 6, right, so let's wind that back a bit. I don't think it makes much difference. They would have gone first due to the ambush rules. So they're like initiative 9 first turn. And they start in ambush, so they start there. They well, they're assault, so they do a ranged attack and then they do their melee attack. So 4 of them doing their ranged of 3 or more. Three will hit. Oh well, no, get it right. There's 2 shots each, so another 4, another 3. So 6 hits, each doing D6 damage. Ping, 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 ping. So that is just 2 wounds from the shots. Like that, 2 wounds again to the Sand Kraken. Then they do their melee, which is 4 sets each of 4 or more. But the damage is only 3, so it can't actually get through their armour. The one exception to this is this one fella here is next to the eye, so let's have him attack the eye. He gets 4 dice attack, hitting on 4s. 2 will hit, so that is 2 sets of 3 damage. Yeah, 2 sets of 3 damage, so 6. Puts the Kraken onto 10. Right, then Beh'lial stepped up to there, did his attacks. And then I think that is it. That is Beh'lial done. It is Beh'lial done. Right, Sand Kraken. Changes targets each turn on a d6 roll of 4 or more. So let's see if it changes targets. It does not, so it goes for Beh'lial. Okay, which means it is doing its melee attacks versus everybody except for the one person next to his eye. This one is pointing the wrong way. Turn around. Slashing at that fell that way. Same for you. And you. And you. Anyway, there we go. So, right. Targets shown in red, using its full combat against each target. Okay. Good grief. For each hit. So, right, let's do Beh'lial first. So 6 dice against Beh'lial. It's on 3 or more. That is 5 hits. 5 hits to Beh'lial from these special token attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, I haven't lost any anyway since the last time we had the Kraken. Right, mix them all up. 1. Bite. Peril plus 2 damage. That's a 4, so it's 6, so that's 2 to Beh'lial. Next one. Entangle. Which one was Entangle? Which one was Entangle? Entangle is ignores defense, no damage, stays on the hero until they move away. -1 to defense rolls, and further Entangle hits do a load of damage. Shots like that. I can't remember if we've been putting these back in. I'll leave them out. Anyway, next one. Spits acid. 2d6 damage, ignoring any armour, and a d6 for every armour. Right, so 2d6 damage. 7. So that's 3. 2 more. This one is a bite. Oh, actually that is a 4 because we've got no armour, have we? Because of the entangle. Sorry, no defence because of the entangle. So that's a bite for peril dice plus 2, which is 6, which becomes 4 because of the endurance, which puts us on 10. And then the last of these is another spit acid, so another 2d6, which is going to do nothing because it's 2. Oh no, it's not going to do nothing because it's 2. It's going to do 2 because there is no defence at present because of the entangle. So there we go. Right, that was Sand Kraken versus Beh'lial. Sand Kraken versus this Tradaran back here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. 4 hits. Suspect it's not going to be a good day to be that Tradaran. So 4 of these go with this one. Bitten for peril dice plus 2. 6, which is 3 because they only have a defence of 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. For the first attack. Second attack entangles it. So that one's entangle. Third attack. Smash. What's smash? Smash is ignores defense. D6 plus 2 damage. Bang, dead. So that one got wiped out. Dead. This Tradaran. What was it? It was. Sorry, it's Kraken. So it's 6 dice attack. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits again. Shuffle those up a bit. Which is entangled. Doesn't look well for it. Entangled again. 2 peril dice attack. Ignoring defense. 8. Okay, so it's going to take 8 wounds out of 10. Then the next one is a bite, which can't do anything but kill it. Yeah, there we go. Lots dead. That Tradaran bit the farm. And then this one, the last one it can attack. So 6 dice attack. 3 hits this time. Oops. Now what have we got? We've got a bite for peril dice plus 2. 7, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a smash for, what was smash again? D6 plus 2 ignoring armour. For 3, which puts it on 7. And then the last one, oops, is another bite, which is peril dice plus 2. 7, which is 4 more, which is enough to kill it. So 3 of those Shadowlands appeared out of nowhere, pulled by Beh'lial, didn't do much, and then got basically tentacle death. Right, so that's everyone done for that turn, I think, and is that turn done? Yeah. Okay, start the next turn. Sand Kraken's initiative is 3, less than everyone else's. Beh'lial does his Scourge of the Worlds. Growing Dread, which I need to go and get. I hadn't realised that. Growing Dread. And also, I went and got the Darkness, because that might do that as well. Should have thought about this. So, Growing Dread. What Growing Dread has Beh'lial pulled out of his Scourge of Worlds? It is Humanity's End. Only now at the end do you realise the full scale of humanity's struggle for survival. Every hero really takes D6 corruption points, ignoring willpower. Ignored for this game because I don't really do anything with corruption. Okay. You've then got Beh'lial, Amateur Draw and Raiders both going on 6. Let's roll dice. Who goes first? So odds Beh'lial, even the Raider. The Raider does his shots, so 2 shots hitting on 3 or more. 1 hits, doing D6 damage, doing 1 damage, so it just bounces off the Kraken. Okay. Alright, so that was the Raiders, they did not a lot. So on to Beh'lial himself, who gets a Shadow Magic card to cast the spell. He will cast Strength in Darkness. A thick cloud of darkness sweeps up around the sorcerer, engulfing him in shadows and mending his tattered wounds. The spellcaster immediately heals a number of wounds equal to the current position on the darkness marker on the depth track. Currently on 1 if we assume it hasn't gone anywhere. So 1 wound. I'll make sure that's right. Where does it start? Does it start all the way? Yes, it starts at 1. So yes, heal 1 wound. Hero of a Lantern has to do a thing, but there is no Hero of a Lantern, so we don't. There we go. Heal the wound. Could have been worse. Beh'lial will then attack. And there are 8 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. But there's some 6s this time. So 1, 2 6s. 1, 2, 2 normal hits. So a total of what was that? That is 4 sets of 6, each doing 2 because of the defense. So that is 8 wounds in total to the Sand Kraken. But 2 of them are 6s, so that is 2 sets of D3 burning markers, which is going to be 5 burning markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think it's we're going to say it's reasonable to assume that Beh'lial would have moved to get rid of that entangle. I know the enemies don't actually move once they've engaged like that, but you know, got to bend the rules a little bit or be a bit thematic to make sense. Just steps back to get rid of the entangle. Right, Sand Kraken then. Does the Sand Kraken change target from Beh'lial? 4 or more it does. It does! So, I guess moves to there and puts its 3 there so that it can target that fella. Can that then target Beh'lial? Yes, it can also target Beh'lial. with its flaky tentacles. So 6 on the Tradaran Raider. 3 hits. First of which is an Entangle. Second of which is a Bite for Peril Dice plus 2 ignoring defense, so 8. I mean, this is not looking good for the Tradaran Raider. And then the third is a Spit Acid for 2d6. Yeah, kills him. You don't come to anything but, could it? Yeah, so there we go. That has killed the last Tradaran Raider. They came, they went. So then it gets its 6 versus Beh'lial. Right, are any of them going to be 6s this time? Yes, we got 1 6. We're going to go for the key with that 6. Meanwhile, 3 normal hits. So the 3 normal hits. I've lost one. There we go. 3 normal hits. Bite. Does 6, so does 2. Bite. Does 7, so does 3. And Bite does 6 for another 2. Okay. Then this one, I have to roll to see if it hits again. Okay. No, it's roll. Yeah, roll to see if it hit roll. Did we hit the key? We didn't. We missed the key. Never mind. Oh yes, the burning. So would have taken 2 wounds from burning. Gets rid of that. Gets rid of one of those. Fairly even still. I think slightly in Beh'lial's advantage right now. But yeah, fairly even. Next turn. Beh'lial, what do you do? 6. Another Growing Dread. What have we got? We've got Untold Horrors. Your mind burns as it races through the events that led you to this fate, this one doom and the untold horrors that await. Each hero immediately takes horror hits equal to the current position on the deck. Each hero immediately takes horror hits equal to the current position of the darkness on the depth track. Nope, not relevant. You can go away, Mr. Raid. Cheap, don't need you anymore. Peril Dice to see when the Kraken's initiative is. It's 4, so Beh'lial goes first. Shadow Magic. It's going to be this one, which is a Riddle of Time. A dark riddle wrapped in the laughter of the fallen king, in the tears of countless souls crushed underfoot by time and torment. Each hero must make a cunning 5 or more test to decipher the riddle. If successful, the hero is +2 initiative for their next activation. If failed, the hero is -2 for the next activation and may immediately roll a d6, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter too much. They failed it. They weren't cunning enough. They go down to initiative 2. Okay, Beh'lial then swings, 8 dice attack. Hitting on 4s, which is 3, 2 of which are 6s. So that is going to be 6 more wounds, isn't it? Yeah, 6 more wounds, and another 2d3 burning. 3 burning. Oops. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Alright, and that was Beh'lial. And it is Beh'lial done. Sand Kraken, well, I mean, just goes back to pointing that way. Have a go at Beh'lial. It's a good point. Those could have been against the eye. It could have been against the eyes, couldn't it? Yeah, well, I think for next time if it turns around. Could they have been against it? Maybe. You know, let's be fair, they would have been against the eyes. If we were allowing it to hit the key, they should have been against the eyes. So if they were against the eyes, blah blah blah, ignoring the defence. Okay, there's no downside for this because there's no sanity damage. So that is 3 that would have hit, which is another 12 damage. Yeah, let's play fair. Let's play fair. There we go. So 33 versus 18. Okay. Then the Sand Kraken, let's do the Sand Kraken, 6 attacks on Beh'lial. Oh, and it's 2 wounds from burning. That's not so good, is it? It's only 2 hits, none of which are 6s. So let's have a look at which 2 we get. We get a bite for 2 in total. And then a bite again for 2 again in total. Okay, that was that. Start with next turn. Sand Kraken's initiative is a 4. Beh'lial does his trick, summons something. Summons lava bats. Summons peril dice lava bats. 3. Summons 3 lava bats. Lava bats. Lava bats. Lava bats. Where are you going to be? Right, 3 lava bats, 1, 2, and 3. So lava bats, like hell bats, but they've got 3 health, and if you take a wound from them, it's moved to an adjacent lava space, but there aren't any lava spaces. Okay, oh well. Well, there's a thing. I've lost my hellbats. Oh no, I've going to put my Goliath in the wrong place. So there we go. Hellbats. Lava bats, lava bats, lava bats, hellbats, lava bats. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah. They're not going to do much at all to the Sand Kraken, are they? They are mostly inconsequential apart from trying to divert its attacks. I suppose one of them can go for the eyes. Right. So they have an initiative of like 10 or something. So the 2 that aren't on the eye spaces, they basically do nothing. Their damage of 2 is not going to do anything. The other one has 3 combat dice to try and hit the eye. Every single one hits, so that'll be 6 damage. And I am now rethinking the 12 damage that we did, didn't we? Shouldn't have been 12 because of endurance. Endurance 3, so you could only have taken 1 more, not 12 per hit rather than 4 more per hit. So we need to take 9 away. Get it right. Like that. Endurance. Remember the endurance. And then anyway, this lava bat does 6 because each of them is only doing 2. So there we go. Oh, jeez, there's a lot to keep track of sometimes, isn't there? So that was the Hellbats, then to Beh'lial, Shadow Magic. It is Hellfire Chains. Chains of dark hellfire erupt from the cracked floor, constricting around all those nearby and burning them with the fires of ancient evil. Every hero on the same or adjacent map tiles is a spellcaster must make a strength 5 or more check to break free from the chains. Do they break free from the chains? The Sand Kraken, 5. It does. If successful, the hero may heal d6 wounds. Heals 5. That was back 5 for Beh'lial. Yeah. Could have been bad though. Could have missed an activation if it had failed. So lucky break there for the Sand Kraken. And then the 8 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, some 6s again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that hit. We're not targeting the eyes, so that's just 6 times 2, so that's 12. hang on, what are we on now? We're on 39, okay. And 2 sets of D3 burning. 2 and a 2, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's Beh'lial. Sand Kraken takes 2 damage from being on fire. A lot. So what was I just doing? Oh, absolute brain state failure. There we go. So yeah, takes 2 for that. Okay. Does it change target? Does not. Stays on Beh'lial, so it's going to hit everyone apart from the bat that is going for its eyes. So let's put those down like that. So let's do Beh'lial first. 6 hits. Any of them going to get a 6? 1 does. So that's 1 against the key. 2 normal hits other than that. So let's see what those 2 are. They are Smash for ignoring defense, d6 plus 2. 4, which is the limit of its endurance. Second one, Spit Acid, 2d6. So that's 9, which is 5, which is mitigated down to 4 because of endurance. And the one that is targeting the key, does it hit the key? It does, so the key is hit with a Smash. Does it make any difference? I don't think it doesn't. No, it's just 2d6 damage. Ignoring everything else, actually, didn't need to have done that. So 2d6, ignoring defense and armor, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was a big blow. Don't like being hit in the key, do you, Beh'lial? So they're actually pretty much on as even now. It's, what is it? 39 plays 41. And then yeah, it'll just flail away at those 2 hellbats that it can reach. So put those back in for a shuffle. The sort of the primed but unpainted one. 6 dice. 4 hits. And oh, there's a bite, which I think is probably going to be enough. There we go. 4, 6. Yeah, kills it. And against the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, let's shuffle that back in. First one entangles it. Second one is bound to kill it. It's a bite. Can't do anything but kill it. It's got no defense. So those are the 2 hellbats down. That's the end of the Sand Kraken's go. Start the next turn. Beh'lial, what do you do with your world rending? Another Growing Dread. This one is Shadows Out of Time. You feel surrounded by the thick black shadows closing in. Even the lantern begins to hiss and crack as the darkness tests its boundaries. Immediately draw and play D3 darkness cards. If at the mission objective any money is generated with these cards are simply added to the final fight. Darkness, D3, 1. Quick shuffle, and the top one is Marching Darkness. Roll the number of dice equal to the hero posse level. We're going with 1. Grit may not be used. For every roll of 1, 2, or 3, one hero must discard 1 grit or move the darkness 1 step forward. So on a 1, 2, 3, we just get another darkness. Oh no, just darkness 1 step. Yeah, it's fine. That Marching Darkness did nothing. Right. It is then the Hellbat who will try and poke the Sand Kraken in the eye once more. 3 combat, all hit, 2 damage each, so 6 damage to the Kraken. What's that? That is now 45, so starting, 47, starting to get towards the end. Then Beh'lial, Shadow Magic. Shadow Magic this turn is Sword of Hellfire. This time it'll hit. Crafting with burning embers, a massive sword made from fire erupts from the spellcaster's hand. Spellcaster immediately makes free combat, free attack against every hero within 2 spaces. They do d6 damage, ignoring defense, and each hit also adds a burning marker. Each hero affected may make an agility 6 or more test to ignore this attack. So agility 6 or more to ignore the attack fails. 3 dice, hitting on 4 or more. 2 hits, 2d6 damage, ignoring defense. 6, but 5 because one of them's too high. So 5, and that is 2 burning tokens. Like that. Then Beh'lial does the normal attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hitting on 4 or more again. That is 4 hits, 1, 6, so that is 8. Are we there? 60. We're there! That will be enough to kill the Sand Kraken. Again, I think that's a pretty close fight. It's closer than some of the fights we've had. Beh'lial's got those on 39 out of their 55. I think another decent turn out of the Sand Kraken. Might have, especially if it hit the key, might have seen that finish. I think we saw a bit of damage there from the ads hitting the eyes, but most of it was just Beh'lial flailing away and the burning. But there we go. This week's winner is Beh'lial, Lord of Cinder. And the poor old Sand Kraken's yet to win one, so he slopes off to the burrow of shame with the burrow that's not won one yet either. But yeah, well done, Beh'lial. We'll have to see who and what is the result next week. Oh, and I should add, I now have my wave 3, so next week we will see one of either the Oni Warlord or the Odakuro in action, and we'll toss a coin to see which one. But yeah, that's for next week.